Welcome back to HobTech Cars. Today I am showing you how to replace the axle straps on an MGB. This applies for both the MGB GT and the MG Roadster. These check axle straps were originally rubber, but I've read a lot of bad reviews about these, so today I'm opting to use the updated nylon versions, as shown here. Before we get stuck in, we're going to need a few things. We're going to need some axle stands, a jack, and a 21mm socket wrench. And finally, we're going to need some WD-40. I recommend soaking the nuts that I'm showing in this video overnight in WD-40 to give you a chance to take them off successfully. So with all of that in mind, the first thing to do is to jack up the car on the jack point, and then next remove the wheel nuts from the wheel and take off the wheel. You should end up with something that looks like this. This is the check axle strap. As you can see, this rubber version had a nylon thread running through it and it's completely snapped off. And this is the first nut that we're going to go after and remove today. And up above it then, there is a nut we're going to go after. It's always worth repairing these as a pair, as the axle strap on the other side is also broken. I'm using a 14mm ratchet to do this work today. With the 14mm ratchet, you'll be able to remove the nuts from the car. So this is the first lower nut that we're going to remove today. My ones thankfully came off quite easily. Once the nut is removed, you can just slide out the axle strap, or what's left of it, then fit your new nylon axle strap. Sometimes there's a sleeve that comes out with the nut. In this case, it actually stayed on the car, so I simply stretched the nylon on over the existing sleeve and then tightened the nut. With this side tightened up, we can now move to the top nut. This one's a little bit more trickier to reach. As shown here, it's kind of on the inside of the car. It took me a few attempts to get this. I recommend putting a socket on the outside bolt here to stop it from spinning. You can see it spinning here in the video. But after that, it was quite easy to take off. With the nut removed, it should look like this from the inside of the car, looking out under the arch. In this case, the sleeve stayed attached to the axle strap, so we just use a Stanley here to carefully cut the rubber and pop out that metal sleeve, as we need that on the car for our new nylon strap. Then use a spare jack to jack up the axle on the car, so that it's easier to fit the nylon strap. You can see here by jacking the axle up, I have plenty of room to wiggle that nylon strap around. It's not too taut. Tighten up all of the bolts. With that done, you are now in a position to slowly let down the jack, and you'll see this nylon strap go a little bit taut as I do that. This is a good test and it shows that the nylon strap is nice and strong. The neutral position for this car, when I let down the main jack holding the chassis of the car, this will go back to being slack. Once this is complete, just go over to the other side of the car and repeat the instructions. As I mentioned, it's always well worth doing these as a pair. I noticed when I replaced these axle straps in my MGB, it made a nice difference to the handling. The car certainly felt better to drive, and I felt I had more confidence in tight cornering. The main purpose of these axle straps is that they are essentially like an anti-roll bar on a modern car. And in the case of hitting a really bad pothole or something on the road surface, it stops your axle slamming up into the chassis of the car, or the chassis of the car slamming into your axle. For the parts I used today, I got them from Moss Motors. I'll include a link and a part number in the description. I think all in all, they cost me maybe something like €25. Right, that's it. Thanks a million for watching today. I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, please do like, comment and subscribe. Thanks. Take care. Bye bye.